the night of, the wedding night.
Mhm.
And you know, maybe the man can serenade his wife. He could sing her a song or say a poem,
Mm.
something to woo her, as they say.
Yeah, let's talk about that. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of things which people think they're haram.
Mm.
Well, they're not haram. And there are also, on the other hand, other things which people think they're halal, but they are definitely haram. You gotta be very careful and distance yourself from. So we'll address this today, inshallah. In the night of consummating the marriage, in Arabic and in fiqh, it's called dukhul.
Mm.
So that he enters upon his wife or she enters upon him when she moves to his house. So in fiqh they say دخل بها, يعني he consummated the marriage already. And we said before, the consummation from a fiqh perspective counts as if once they enter into the flat, their apartment, their chamber, and they close the doors, so they are by themselves, where nothing interrupts them from having a complete intimacy. Even if it doesn't happen, officially, marriage has been consummated as far as the ahkam, rules, and regulations, and so on. The Prophet ﷺ taught us some beautiful etiquette on that particular night. Two people who never been together for the first time on the first night. Nowadays, due to watching movies and the world has become like a small village, so what is happening in Las Vegas is being watched even in Muslim countries. So the youth are kind of educated, but not necessarily on the positive side. We want to educate them from the Sunnah side,
Mm.
what they should do. So the Prophet ﷺ taught us on that night and before the consummation of the marriage, once you are with her alone and you're officially married, people have left and it's just you and her, the Prophet ﷺ advised something beautiful. A dua or the prayer is the most efficient means of achieving anything. We hope and we pray that this marriage would last. And finally, we've come to the point where, as you said, the drums stop beating and the heart started beating. So the Prophet ﷺ advised that to put your hand, you're the man, you
Mm.
take the initiative. She's
Yes.
very shy. So you put your hand on her forehead and you supplicate, Allahumma inni as'aluka min khayriha wa khayra ma jabaltaha alayh. Oh Allah, I ask you her goodness and whatever goodness that you put on her. And I seek refuge with you against any evil that may come out of that. So this supplication is very important and is very beautiful. Also, the companions, some of the companions suggested to start off the night with the praying 2 rak'ahs.
Mm.
You see, the scholars and the companions cared a lot about pleasing Allah even on that night in order to be pleased by Allah, in order to be happy.
Mm.
On the other hand, you find people, because the girl is wearing full makeup, she missed Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. Why she cannot perform wudu? If she makes wudu, she will mess up her makeup. And the guy is wearing the nice suit, and he's worried that if he were to fold his sleeves, they would wrinkle and so on. So they miss the prayers. No. Whenever it is the prayer time, I'm not a musafir.
Mm.
Offer your prayer.
Mm.
And don't worry about the makeup.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
subhanallah.
anything. And even before starting kissing and hugging and say, finally, honey, we're together alone and we achieved our dream. Allahu Akbar. You make wudu. If it was Isha, if it was Maghrib, you pray. And if there was no prayer, mashallah, you offered all the prayers. Pray 2 rak'ahs nafila.
Mm.
You're the imam and she prays behind you, the ma'moom. Wallahi, John, that is the greatest beginning ever.
Subhanallah.
And that inshallah secures the sustainability of the marriage and a happy inshallah wedding.
Subhanallah. You know, Sheikh, I once heard a Sheikh comment on the salah, at the wedding night, offering 2 rak'ah, and he said it's kind of a reflection of the marriage to come, that the husband is the imam, his wife is following, If he makes a mistake, she's going to correct him and help him. Subhanallah. And as you said, it's a beautiful
Akhi,
beginning.
it means both of them are on the same page.
Yeah.
And their aim and their priority is to please the Almighty Allah. You know, everybody is excited. They want to get into conclusion.
Yes.
Finally, we're alone. We want to get intimate.
Subhanallah.
But we want to say, thank you, Allah, for giving us this opportunity, for making it happen.